Hey there, guys, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, Georg, Carl,
Yeesh.
what do you want to do? It is currently Tuesday, the 22nd of March.
Yeah, so I think we're going to skip forward about 10 days, but I probably will cast some spells in the meantime.
Well, let's just skip forward 3 days first.
Okay.
Because after, or on the third day, who should turn up at your door but Lance, the ranger,
Oh, cool.
with some Displacer Beast hide.
Nice. Nice. So what would I want to do in the meantime? I do need to pick another spell to learn. So I just learned No Alignment, which, by the way, chat, is reversible. I was talking with Neil about it during the break. I can conceal alignment of myself or a particular magical item. And so I will at some point want to memorize a No Alignment. So I'll burn a rope trick to learn a No Alignment.
Sure.
And that is a... Yeah. And I'm thinking about whether I want to do any scrying. I will note that it seems... So clairvoyance specifically says that you can't use magical enhancements or whatever through the clairvoyance. So like you can't detect magic through a clairvoyance.
Right.
Or use infravision through a clairvoyance. Clairaudience doesn't seem like it has any such qualifiers. So one thing I'm thinking, I could put on Steel Truthseer's ring and detect lies with a clairaudience.
Ooh.
Alternately, you could research like hear magic as a spell, make up the spell called hear magic. No? Is that too...
I think you could, if you did hear magic, it would give you a direction, perhaps. With clairaudience, I think it would just be from the clairaudience spell. I don't think it would work quite the same.
All right. Well, that's a problem for another day. I don't know that there's anything that I want to scry on, but we'll definitely want to cast a No Alignment on, mostly on the amulet, but also maybe myself. Like it lasts a couple of rounds. So.
Do you have a new spell you want to learn?
Yeah, let's see. I guess, I might as well just learn all the spells, right?
Well, do keep note that at some point you might hit that limit where if you take your amulet off, you forget spells.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm still 6 level 1 spells away from maxing and like 10 level 2 spells, quite a few level 3 spells. So I'm still a little ways.
All right, cool.
Even without the amulet.
But do keep that limit in mind, because there may come a time where the amulet does get removed for one reason or another.
What do we think? Locate object or no align, or sorry, or ESP. Actually, maybe I'll do explosive runes. It seems like something that the Baron Song might like to have. And I think that with explosive runes, you can designate which people can read them.
Okay.
From reading his material. So that means you have to be literate to be blown up with an explosive runes. Is this correct?
Yes. Well, I guess if you're illiterate, you can still try. Like, I could try to read Chinese. I would have no idea what I would be doing. I would be like, yes, that's mountain, and that's man, and that's middle. And then I'd be lost. In fact, I could probably only get middle at this point.
Okay. We'll deal with the minutiae of the spell later, but there are some interesting...
Explosive runes is 3rd level?
3rd level.
Okay.
I'm only level 6, guys. Although I will be hitting level 7 today, unless I have a pretty sad
today
session. This session.
You sure? How close are you?
Like less than 2,000.
Oh my god.
1100.
1100? You're so close.
I am. And I probably just got about half of that from talking to Marjorie, I would guess. So I don't know if there's any scrying that I want to do, but let's at least deal with my no alignment.
Okay.
So I guess let's read the spell text and let's see. Let's remain stationary and concentrate on the subject for 2 full rounds, so I can get 3 subjects. Creatures allowed a saving throw, although I can potentially fail myself. Maybe the object gets a saving throw. 1 round I could get law or chaos. 2 rounds get evil. Certain magical devices negate the no alignment spell. And the reverse undetectable alignment conceals the alignment of an object or creature for 24 hours, even from a no alignment spell.
Is this smell alignment now?
No alignment. No, the no alignment smell.
Smells evil.
So, I don't think there's anything else that I would know align. I guess if Greller or Song were around.
Griller did return later that day.
Okay.
Or the next day.
He put down a peasant rebellion in like 6 hours.
It sounds like he rode out, did some grullering, and then rode back.
That man is a professional. He does his job well. Okay. So sure, if I can get within 10 yards of him during those 6 minutes, I will check his alignment as well. Although I guess that would only, if he's less than level 9, right? Is there a hard cutoff, or is it just a?
It must be of 9th level to have a character must be of 9th
like
level and strongly aligned to produce.
It's not or.
Yes.
Okay.
So you concentrate on Greller, and you just get, human.
And myself, same deal.
Yeah. But you concentrate on the amulet, did you say?
Yes, that was the main purpose of this.
The amulet rolls back as chaotic.
I spend 2 rounds on each, so I chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil.
Not a surprise, but good to know. It is an aligned object in that case.
Yes. And Malchus is the god of chaos. So he's chaotic neutral in his alignment, but this item of his is chaotic evil. I'm going to leave you for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Chat, what do we have to scheme? What plots can we plot? Evil. Read my scroll from the temple was a scroll of protection from undead. There was no wizard scroll. Protection scroll. Have the teleportation is a dimension spell, so I will get that at level 5 or at level 10 whenever I get 5th level spells. Yes, I'm hunting the airship, but we don't know where it is now. Any suggestions on what I should scry? I've got a few days to kill. Dimension is its own school. It appears in Spells and Magic and maybe a couple of the other supplements, but it doesn't really introduce much new. It just reorganizes the spells. Chat seems to think that I may have a second scroll. Does that sound?
A second scroll?
Yeah.
You have what's on your character sheet.
That's a cop-out, I guess.
But what's your first scroll?
I've got a scroll of protection from undead written on my character sheet.
Yeah. I don't know what else you would have.
Yeah, I think that came from the temple. I don't know. Scry on Neil and learn his secrets.
That's just called watching my stream. It's really easy. Anyone can do it. Is that like a higher level version of clairaudience or clairvoyance? Instead of looking at other people, you project yourself onto them.
Wait, what is this?
You know, a wizard spell that would be the equivalent of streaming, where you project your what you're seeing onto other people.
That looks like good pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all scrying onto Neil right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I think there are protection from scrying spells.
Mm-hmm.
They may be higher level.
But in the meantime...
I'm studying my spells, making my staff. I do want to make some horns and probably some golden needles as spell components.
Sure, or you can wait till after your staff to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's nothing that I can think of to scry on. Scrying wouldn't really...
Is there anything in particular you'd like to say to Lance when he brings you your Displacer Beast hide? Or you just want to pay him and send him off?
Oh. Well, that's right. What did I tell him? 100 gold?
100 gold.
Okay. First, I'd like to inspect it. Is it like a whole Displacer Beast?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Well, he's taken the bones and the flesh and had just brought you the hide. But it's a full Displacer Beast
tentacles
hide.
waggling off of it?
Yep. Coming off of the shoulders. He holds it up for you. Like, puts it around himself to show that you could make a pretty cool cloak out of it with tentacles draping down. Yeah. Tentacles still have the big spiked pads on them.
How on earth did you bring the beast down?
Arrows.
I nod slowly. Most impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I will be sure to inform Lord Song of your conquest.
Thank you. He takes the money, looks through it, shakes his head with happiness, doffs his cap to you, and heads back out, unless you have something else to say.
No. But I will memorize Displace Self the next day. So with Displace... So I need a strip of Displacer Beast leather, I think.
Mm-hmm. A small strip.
Yeah, so how does that work with the whole hide?
Well, you just cut off little sections of the hide. You need a strip about maybe 6 inches long and an inch wide or half an inch wide.
Mm-hmm.
And you just twist it into...
Yeah, such a beautiful cloak. Reticent to start shredding it to bits, but...
What the hell is that loop called that you put a twist in it so it's got one side?
I know what you mean.
There's a name for it, but I used to know.
God, I know, it's a shape with one edge and two faces or whatever.
Yeah, a Mobius strip.
Mobius strip, that's what it is.
There we go.
Yep. Okay. Finally. This was like I got the spell back when I hit level 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is very good defensive spell. Any creature making a melee or missile attack automatically misses.
Mm-hmm.
And then suffers a -2 penalty on subsequent attack rolls. Bonus saving throws in some situations. Sweet deal. So I guess I'll put the Displacer Beast hide in my study.
Nice. And you're... right, because you've taken 2 bedrooms in the keep for yourself, plus the
just one.
laboratory.
Just one.
So the study is your
The study is my bedroom. It's like
is your bedroom.
I
It's
just
not
went in space.
your blacksmith workshop.
Correct. Yeah, when I say study, I mean the bedroom, which is now with like more than 100 books. It's probably quickly turning to a stack of books with a bed in between them.
Oh.
When I head upstairs with the Displacer Beast hide, is Lord Song around?
You can find him for sure.
I would like to, I think, make a point of walking past him with the Displacer Beast hung over my shoulder.
He definitely stops and kind of puts his hand up to stop you.
And I say, Displacer Beast. Lance brought it down in the woods for me. You know, the hunter from whatever village to the east?
I don't know him. But he brought down a Displacer Beast specifically for you?
I paid him good coin, but an impressive feat nonetheless.
Very impressive. I didn't know we had such talent in our villages.
I'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I believe that village, however, is in Lady Dysek's territory.
This is true. And is that not within the barony?
It is, but last time I hired a ranger from her territory, I had to give her some land, which ended up being the land that temple was built on. Georg, don't you think Liz is getting fairly old? Perhaps too old to be of assistance any further?
Yes, I actually initially came to her with this matter, and I pat the hide. She was quite inept.
Yeah, she is
friendly.
Her 8th decade of life. 9th decade of life, actually. Do you know why I originally hired Liz?
Her magic net?
Her magic net.
Has she taken it off the mantle in recent history?
When she's needed with it. It would be lovely to have a competent ranger who's not about to break her hip.
Well, if she did break her hip, that might solve these problems.
It might. And he walks down the hall.
I'm not going to murder Liz. I already got some scowls from the sheriff of that town when I went to visit her the last time. I think I'd like to stay far away from this.
No one's suggesting murder.
Just an early retirement. All right. I dropped the Displacer Beast in the study, shutting the wizard locked door behind me.
Okay.
And
you skip forward a few more days?
yeah, I'm trying to think of things to scry on in this meantime. Or I could. Maybe I should. I've got those 3 pearls that I've been holding on to for so long. I may wait till I'm level 7 to get an extra identify out of them. I mean, I got money. I could always buy more pearls. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So as far as I know, I think I counted and I only know 5 properties of the amulet. So I'd like to cast my 6th level identify to see if there are any properties that I'm unaware of. So this will take 2 days, right, to prepare, or a day to prepare, and a full day in preparation. That may actually set me back on my crafting, huh?
It'll set you back by 2 days, yeah.
1 day, right? Like it takes identify.
Oh, it takes a day to prepare, then a day to use. But doesn't
8
identify
hours
also
immediately
drain your...
preceding-
make you, like, really weak for a while?
8 hours immediately preceding the casting of the spell must be spent purifying the items. Special magic items cannot be identified, or some special items. After casting the spell, the wizard loses 8 points of Constitution. I don't have 8 points, correct? I have 7 points, so I would fall unconscious.
Does it say you fall unconscious if you don't have the requisite HP?
Yeah.
It does. It says you don't die, right?
No, you don't die, but you've fallen. If you drop below 1 Constitution, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
Consciousness is not regained until full Constitution is restored, which takes 24 hours.
Okay.
So I guess this will kill about 2 days. Can we have said at some point that I procured pineal gland from the local butcher?
Sure.
Would you like me to pay money for that, or
no? We'll roll that into your monthly expenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after Lance shows up, let's do an identifying session.
Okay.
So I will lock myself in the wizard locked room for basically 36 hours in the study.
Do you let people know not to disturb you?
Yes, yeah. I'll tell. Is there like a town guard? And
there's like the head butler.
Okay. I'll probably tell Lord Song as well that I have some magical incantations to cast, and I need to be undisturbed for the next 36 hours unless it's an emergency.
The chance of learning a piece of information about the item is equal to 10% per level of the caster to a maximum of 90%.
So I guess this is quite a risk. Is that that's per piece of information, correct?
Correct.
So how does this, now I'm actually wondering if I could specifically learn things that I don't know. Like if I've already figured out that it's got the magic missile, it's got the true seeing, it's got the invisibility, it can drain souls, and it can restore stats. Are the 5 powers of it that I am aware of.
+1 to int as well.
Oh shit. So then I can't do that. Then I won't do this? Or am I able to specifically look after the 7th, 8th, 9th?
I think since you already know the functions of the item, when you're identifying it, you can identify around those, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a divination.
I guess I guess you can subsequently. Only one function of a multi-function item is discovered per casting.
Per handling.
Per handling, yeah. Okay. So then I can try and get some new features about this. Mm-hmm. Can you look at the same function and increase your chances? So can you spend all 5 charges on the same magic item and get a bunch of 60% chance rolls?
If any attempt at reading fails, the caster cannot learn any more about that item until he advances a level.
Okay. And I do need to prepare ahead of time. Do I need to decide ahead of time which functions? Like, is it possible to say, I spend 6 functions on this item, and you're like, well, joke's on you, it's a +1 sword?
I think you will try something. We'll take it one at a time, so you can try one on this item, and then if you get back nothing more.
Okay. I'll also prepare my unknown magic potion.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else that's worth identifying? I've got Truth Seer's ring, but I assume that I already know everything about that. I'll prepare that in case I have extra identify charges. Looking through my gear for anything else. I don't think I have anything. I actually have 2 potions. One of them I'm pretty sure is a potion of haste. And then there's the one that Steel Truth Seeker had. which I never tested. I think chat might have spoiled for me that it's a potion of heroism, but I'll go through the motions of identifying it anyways. Maybe I'm totally wrong in remembering it's a potion of heroism. The ring. Yeah, so I will purify the ring, purify the potions, purify the amulet of Malchus. And we'll take it one identify at a time.
Sure. So let's start with, what do you want to start with?
Malchus.
Amulet of Malchus. You are level 6.
Yep, so I got a 60% chance.
All right. You fail your first attempt on the Amulet of Malchus.
Bastards. So that means I can no longer...
Not until you hit 7th level.
Okay, which is coming soon. So I guess this probably was a good point to do that.
What's the next thing?
The unknown potion. The Steel Truthseer's potion.
It is a potion of superheroism.
Shit.
Which is only usable by warriors.
Okay. Well,
so it's completely useless for you.
Yeah. Is the potion of heroism only usable by warriors as well?
Yes.
Okay. Is Lord Song... Do I know if Lord Song is a warrior? Or?
If he were to... Yeah, he would be a 0th level warrior.
Okay. Make a good birthday present.
Yeah.
Or for Greller.
Yeah.
Truthseer's ring. I guess I'll see if there is anything additional to learn about it.
So the first reading that you get... well, what function... What do you know about the ring right now?
Maybe I know everything. I know that it can detect lies and that it prevents the wearer from telling lies. Paladins are warriors.
Yes.
Fighters are also warriors.
Yes.
So Rangers are also warriors, and so are multi-classed warriors. Chat was saying.
Yeah. You get back if the wearer of the ring encounters magic that enables falsehoods to be spoken without detection, such as an undetectable lie or a filter of glibness, no lie is detected. However, the wing wearer will find himself unable to hear the voice of the person so influenced, whether or not he is trying to listen. This, of course, reveals the lie indirectly.
Interesting.
So if someone can magically lie to you while you're wearing the ring, you just won't hear their words.
Okay. I'll probably have enough to confirm that that's all that the ring does, but let's do the potion of presumed haste first.
Where did you get that potion?
I think from the Temple of Malchus. Yes. Along with the potion of blow yourself up. It caused me to stop drinking random potions and saving them to be identified. Although I guess if I had tested the potion of superheroism, nothing would have happened, and I would have been just as confused.
You get back on this other one. It is a potion of speed.
Speed, okay. Can I get one function of that?
Yes. I'm just looking at the exact function for you.
By the way, what does a potion of superheroism do? Or at least the one function that I got?
Oh, it increases the level of the imbiber temporarily.
Oh. Huh.
So a 0th level character would go up by 6 levels.
I'm not supposed to get the 6, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, well... Yeah, it doesn't matter for you, but, 1st to 3rd level character would go up by 5. A 4th to 6th level character would go up by 4. Like, it significantly increases your level.
Yeah. So Thaco, HP...
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, a potion of speed. It increases the movement rate and combat capabilities of the imbiber by 100%.
Okay.
So a character that would normally move at the rate of 9 becomes 18. A character normally able to attack once per round now attacks twice per round. It does not reduce spellcasting time, however.
Okay.
That is one function.
Okay. So I've done 1, 2, 3, correct?
Yep.
I'll keep, those are the only items I prepared. So I'll take another look at the potion of speed, another look at the ring.
All right. Potion of speed. You get back that imbibing it does age you, however.
Okay.
It ages you by 1 year, and it is permanent.
Okay.
Do note, as a player, though, that any sort of magical-induced aging requires a system shock check to survive.
Oh, yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah. What is your system shock, by the way?
Not good. 55.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I only have 7 con.
Is your con maxed?
Yeah, that's my base con.
So for you, the potion of speed is a 50-50 death sentence.
Yeah. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
What spells magically? Is that enchant an item magically ages?
Wish?
Yeah. Scary. All right. Haste does too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. How about Truth Seer's Ring? Any other functions? So that's only been 4.
You fail on Truth Seer's Ring.
All right, and I can do no more. I guess I'll go back to one of the other potions and see if there were any properties, but I don't. Which one would I do?
Which potion do you try?
Potion of Heroism, sure.
You fail.
Okay. All right. And that was 36 hours.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And 100 gold worth of pearl.
So I'll move back your spell learning and your staff learning by 2 days. Okay.
Gosh, 2 is brutal.
But I think it's better this way. You got to take all this time to do things. It makes wizards seem like great beings of great power that have to do all this stuff, and it takes time, and you can learn all these details. I think the extended time that it takes to do things really makes it come alive, where it's not just like, oh, okay, I identify this, identify that, whatever, we just walk around. It makes you appreciate the difficulty of these tasks.
Yeah, but risking dying every time you... I don't know. It just seemed like it'd be really shitty if you're like an 18th level wizard making these magical items and you fail a system shock on your permanency and you die to create this +1 long...
Permanency doesn't age you.
Does permanency drain your con? No. Oh, okay. Permanency drains your con. Is it enchant an item that?
No.
It's just wish.
It's wish and haste, I think. Now there is an interesting thing. The enchant an item spell says that you have a 5% chance to lose 1 point of con from permanency.
Yeah.
I think permanency says you have a 100% chance of losing 1 point of con.
No, and my interpretation was the personal effects of permanency. So you can permanently give yourself. There's a list of spells you can use that way. I can't remember what they are. Maybe it might be like detect magic. I think you can cast permanency on detect magic, so you're permanently able to see magic.
But if you cast permanency on yourself, you age 1 year. Whereas if you cast it on an item, you have a 5% chance to age 1 year.
Yes, I think it's
you lose 1 point of con.
That was my interpretation. Okay. Yes. So the only casting of permanency that drains con is when you use it to give yourself permanent magic powers.
Right.
Permanent. Okay. I can't even remember. Permanent true seeing or something like that.
Yeah. The magical aging with the system shock is really brutal, though. I wonder if those things were fully thought out when they were talking about those spells.
Yeah, I don't know if they did think them through. Like things like doesn't haste age the person it's cast on by 1 year?
By 5 years.
By 5 years.
Yeah.
So like every time you haste, I mean, you can use that on enemies to have like a 50% chance of them dying.
Yeah. Magical effects that reshape or age his body. Petrification, polymorph, magical aging, etc. So polymorph has a chance to just kill you outright.
Yep. I don't think permanency specifically lists about 10 spells that you can permanently cast.
Yeah. I guess they do think about it, because here it says, if you cast Polymorph and you've got 13 Call and you have an 85% chance to survive it, but then once your Polymorph spell expires and you turn back, you have to make another System Shock check.
God, that's whoever it's cast upon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you get it both ways? That's rough.
It is rough. But I think that makes these spell effects all the more wondrous, because they're really powerful to polymorph into something, It's dangerous. I like the danger aspect of these things. Yes, get ducked. We all remember that. Fucking JP.
Fucking what?
JP. He polymorphed one of my evil NPCs that was trying to kill him and his party, and killed her through polymorph.
With the System Shock or something?
Yes. And it was a really, really cool NPC. Killed her right away.
How did JP get a 12th level wizard or whatever?
I don't remember. I think he might have had something that cast polymorph, or...
Okay.
I think polymorph is only a 4th level spell. He must have been a 7th level wizard.
Okay.
Yeah. Anywho.
Polymorph doesn't change HP of...
No. Yeah. It doesn't change HP at all.
Change AC, I think. But...
So, we move on to the next day. In fact, you are woken up the next morning after your big spell casting by a rapping on your door.
So they did actually wait until the next morning.
Yes.
Okay. I emerge. Actually, maybe they've been knocking for hours and I've been unconscious at 0 con on the floor. Okay. What is it?
Ark Carl, Baron Song would like to have a word with you in the dungeons.
Yeah. I open the door and head downstairs.
Okay. You find the dungeon door open, with a guard on it.
He's gonna be like, someone's been sneaking around my dungeon. Oh, whoops, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Sorry, did I just spoil the whole role-playing encounter we were about to have?
I don't know.
I
We'll have to find out. All right. You get down to the dungeon where that little landing is, with that room. You find Kelgreller and Baron Song. They stop their discussion as you approach. Baron Song says, well, look who decided to finally get up.
My apologies. My casting took more out of me than I was anticipating. Are we next to the unicorn?
No, you're at the holding station before you get to the actual cells, where all the chains are kept and the torches, and there's that table. As you explore this keep, you keep getting the impression that it's sized for more people. You've got a lot of extra facilities with no one to man them. It's clear that this keep is designed for a larger guard. Baron Song wraps his fingers on the table and says, last night, we caught a thief breaking into the keep. He had made it past the wall and was coming into the keep itself when one of our new recruits spotted him.
I nod.
For some time now, there have been rumors, unconfirmed rumors, of a union of pickpockets in town.
Misty Rapids?
Well, I was hoping you could find out if that's true from this cat burglar. Now, Kelgreller here says that the usual methods would be best, but I would like to see if you have any magical means of finding out what this creature knows.
I scratch my chin. Nothing in particular is coming to mind. What spell was I working on? It wasn't ESP, right? It
Explosive runes.
Explosive runes. There is such a mind-reading spell in one of my books, but I have not yet mastered it. I do have...
Kel Greller gives a bit of a chuckle.
I do have an item that may be of use. Yes. Yes, actually. Would you like me to speak with him?
Her. But yes.
Yes. I will...
Baron Song grabs a torch, lights it off another one, and hands it to you.
I take the torch and walk over, sliding Steel Shrutsia's ring out of my pocket and onto my finger.
Okay. You go down the hallway and find in the very first cell on the left a woman. She is in rags. It looks definitely not like the clothes she was walking around in. These are tattered and smelly and gross. And no self-respecting person would ever be caught wearing these in public.
I assume Lord Song and...
Kel Greller have followed you.
Okay.
They flank you on either sides.
I squat down and hold the torch closer to get a look at this woman.
She backs into the far corner of the cell.
Do I recognize her at all?
Give me a charisma check.
Charisma is 11.
First roll of the day.
Seriously, we've been playing for almost 2 hours and I haven't even rolled yet. 20, no.
You don't recognize her.
Well, who are you?
She cowers without saying anything.
Do you know who I am? Do you know where you are?
You're the pet monster.
I look up, from my crouched position up to Lord Song.
He smiles. A little bit, like a half smile, a haunting ghost of a smile.
And you didn't answer. Who are you?
I'm no one. Just... Karina.
Is that the truth?
Yes.
Well, Karina, just what are you doing in this basement? It's so damp and cold. Wouldn't you like some food?
Yes?
Some drink?
But what are you going to do with me?
I'm just here to ask you a few questions. And if you tell the truth, I'll know if you're telling the truth. If you tell the truth, you just may live. Now tell me, what are you doing in this basement? What are you doing in this keep?
I was sneaking in, and I got caught.
Why would you do something so silly? You said you knew who I am. You knew that I would be here. Did you snuck in to meet me?
No, I heard that Baron Song had a lot of gold, which comes out as kind of like a high falsetto voice on her when she says, I heard Baron Song had a lot of gold.
Is that indicating it's a lie, or she just speaks? Okay.
For you, it sounds as a high falsetto. I heard Baron Song had a lot of gold!
But you didn't come here for the gold.
Yes, it did.
You came here for something else. I narrow my eyes looking at her. And what was it? I suppose let's cut to the chase. Who do you work for? Who are your accomplices?
I
understand you don't need to work alone. You don't need to give me names, but I'm sure your organization has an alias. What do you call yourselves? Some Goldsmiths Union or a rat pack?
I work alone. I swear it. On my mother's grave.
Your mother's rolling over as we speak. You must not have had a lot of respect for her.
But
Just about the only truth you've told me has been your name. And do you remember what I told you when we first started? That if you told the truth, you just might live? It's not looking good for you.
How do I know you'll let me live?
Tell me, who do you fear more? Me or this leader of the leaders of your rat pack?
You.
Then wouldn't you rather make me happy? Make our dear Lord Song happy? Than give your life for your fellow street rats?
Vanessa.
She's here in town?
She nods.
That wasn't so hard.
Will you let me go?
I look up to the Lord. That's not up to me.
He bends over and whispers in your ear, "Find out what she was doing here."
If it wasn't for the gold, then why have you come? Was it one of the Lord's things? You don't look like an assassin. No, it wasn't for him. It was for me, wasn't it?
No!
You don't look like much. They sent you? Fire up and down. I stand up.
How do you know this? How do you know these things?
My eyes see into your soul. And I stare at her intently for a second. And then lean into Lord's song. She tells, yeah. She's telling the truth. She came for something of mine. I didn't know what, but I can imagine. Was this a contract? I say, now no longer whispering. As in, are you here for your own greed or for another's?
Can we make a deal first? If I tell you everything, absolutely everything, the total truth of everything, that you'll exile me and let me live, please?
I look to Baron's tongue.
He pauses and then slowly nods his head, saying, "We can send you to Flat County, to the Count in Fortune. you will act as one of his servants for the rest of your life, under careful observation.
That sounds a lot better than the life of a street urchin to me. I think
one of our contacts.
Hold on, is Lord Song lying?
Yes, he is. I forgot that you can detect that. Absolutely, he's not telling the truth in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Okay. Aor cringes as she spills her guts before spilling her guts.
One of our contacts told us that she looks to Baron Song, not even wanting to look at you as she spills her guts, that Ark Carl was going to be indisposed for a day. That he was going to be busy. And that if there was ever a time to come in and, well, this would be the time.
I look to the Baron. I think we should give her what she wants.
She looks to you. What do I want?
The keys. I look to Lord Greller.
He jingles them before her.
No, open it.
He opens the gate.
All right. I remove the amulet from my robes. She wants this, I say, like letting it dangle openly on my chest as I walk towards her.
What's that?
First charge. There's a soul in the amulet, so I will use that soul to charge a true seeing. I don't know if that, so that without it require me cutting myself.
Yes.
Okay, and then using the soul to drain my stats.
Okay. Yes. So you're gonna charge a true seeing and then use the existing soul to
use the
replenish
existing
your stats.
soul. Yeah.
Okay. As you cut yourself on this thing, she, if possible, backs into the corner ever further and says, I was told that our Carl would be busy and involved in a study, and so that was the opportunity to come in and take whatever he had, and if he got in the way, just put it down. And it was Vanessa's idea. She said I had to do it if I wanted to remain with the group. And she keeps backing away as you cut your hand and bleed all over the amulet and say some words, and lights are kind of phantasming around you. Vanessa's the true head of our group. It's a small group. She's the head. It's the sheriff's sister, Vanessa. The former sheriff's sister.
I'm just making the connection of who Vanessa is. And I guess after the minute of casting is done, I'm over to her.
Yeah, she's backed and pressed against the corner, as flush as a person can be. Gorilla at this point has his knife out, demon's eye out in his hand.
Yes, and I think Carl is in my own. Well, you're a lucky lady. Not many have seen this boon. I remove the amulet from my neck and hang it in front of her. Take a knee. Go ahead, reach out and grab it.
She hesitatingly reaches out for it.
As she's reaching, I plunge my dagger into her side. Should I roll to hit?
Yeah, but go ahead and give me like a +4 on that roll to hit.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh my god. That is max crit, so
Oh, more d4s. It
All
doesn't
the
matter.
d4s you can roll.
Is it 3 times or 4 times?
Triple crit is the max you can do, which is 4 times damage.
Okay. There's no way she has
11 HP.
Damn, what a waste of a good roll. First attack roll of the session.
Why is there a 2d4 plus 1?
So that was I thought it was just a single crit.
Oh no, because Carl is a +1 item.
Carl's a +1 dagger. Yeah. Presumably, I hope she had more than 1 HP because I might have just wasted her soul.
You stab her. You critically stab her in her side. She tumbles, screaming in pain, trying to like patch up the hole this side of her where you've plunged the sword into her and collapsed along. And
here, let me stop the bleeding. And I plug up the hole with the amulet.
She gives a cry as the beads of red light appear around you, as her soul is sucked into the amulet. I think this is the first time you've drained the soul from a conscious person.
She stayed conscious? I guess she was probably a high level.
She stayed conscious.
Oh, wow.
And when a person's alive, it's a lot more graphic. Her eyes roll back into her head. Her mouth becomes like it opens agape and the cheeks fold in, and you can just hear this deep inhalation of breath. Yes. Before her body shakes and collapses onto the ground. When you turn around, you see Kel Greller's stoic face as always. You see Baron Songs looks a little bit more concerned than he used to.
Wipe sweat from my brow. Maybe some blood splatter. Sheath Carl.
A moment passes, and Baron Song says, Vanessa.
The name didn't ring a bell at first. Is this...
The former sheriff's sister.
Is this Lydia's only sister? Is that her name? Right.
Where's our... Kel Lydia's sister. Yeah. Well...
She only has the one?
Yes. Kel Lydia's dead, though. You killed her. But yes, Kel Lydia's sister.
The Wraith killed her.
Right. She was passed up for the job by her mother. Lydia's mother was the sheriff before Lydia.
And I thought that Vanessa is set to inherit the badge. Who's sheriff now?
We haven't done it yet.
Well, it seems she is far from fit to be in charge of our law enforcement.
She's done a remarkable job keeping out from under our nose. He turns to Greller and says, What do you think the odds are? Lydia was in on it all along. She seemed quite the capable sheriff, but I would be surprised if she didn't know her sister was involved in these dealings.
You know how family can be.
Well then. Can she be of use to us? Someone that has hidden under our noses for so long. If, of course, she is not guilty of unforgivable crimes, she could be quite the asset. The question hangs in the air.
Oh, well, I don't imagine she thinks highly of me, given the rumors abound. Unless she didn't like her sister. I feel like there was something I wanted to... Well, who should speak with her?
Perhaps the Wraith should.
Cock my head to the side.
Find out if she would be willing to switch sides. Someone like this could be quite useful for our information network. We could have an information network, he says, chuckling to himself.
Very well. We'll visit her in her nightmares tonight. See what she has to say.
Excellent. He turns and ascends the stairs, with Greller following behind him. Although Greller stops a few stairs up and turns to look at you.
Song was going to kill her anyways.
Of course.
I'm afraid I got a little carried away, though.
He watches you for a few moments and then ascends the stairs himself.
Griller's a tough nut to crack.
And I think on that note, why don't we take a break before you pay people visits? See you guys on the other side.